In the silence between your thoughts, there exists a rhythm, ancient, primal, unstoppable. It has been with you since your first moment in this world, and it will accompany you until your last. This rhythm is your breath. And yet, despite its constant presence, despite the fact that it literally sustains your existence, you have learned to ignore it completely. Most people live their entire lives without ever truly breathing. They survive on shallow gasps of air, barely filling the top portion of their lungs, moving through decades in a state of perpetual oxygen starvation. Their bodies cry out for nourishment, and they respond with distraction. Their souls yearn for connection, and they offer only noise. You have been taught that breathing is automatic, involuntary, something your body does while you focus on more important matters. And in this teaching, you have been separated from the most powerful tool you possess. You have been disconnected from the very source of your vital energy, the foundation upon which your entire experience of reality is built. Tonight, as you listen to these words, as you prepare to surrender to sleep and allow your subconscious mind to absorb these truths, understand that you are beginning a journey back to yourself, back to the wisdom that your body has always held, back to a power that civilization tried to make you forget. Your breath is not simply air entering and leaving your lungs. Your breath is the bridge between your conscious mind and your unconscious depths. It is the connection between your physical body and your energetic essence. It is the key that unlocks every door you thought was permanently sealed. In ancient traditions, spanning every continent, every culture, every spiritual practice that has survived the test of time, breath has been recognized as the carrier of life force itself. The Hindus called it prana. The Chinese named it qi. The Japanese knew it as ki. The Hawaiians honored it as mana. Different words, different languages, but all pointing to the same fundamental truth. The breath carries something far more precious than oxygen. Your breath carries consciousness itself. When you were born, you knew how to breathe. You emerged from the water of your mother's womb and took your first full, complete breath. Your entire body participated in that breath. Your belly expanded, your chest rose, your back widened. Every cell in your being welcomed the gift of air and the vital energy it carried. Watch a baby breathe, and you will see perfection. Their entire torso moves in waves, their breath flowing from the base of their spine to the crown of their head and back down again. There is no tension, no holding, no control, just pure natural rhythm synchronized with the pulse of life itself. But then something happened. You learned to hold your breath when you felt fear. You learned to breathe shallowly when you experienced pain. You learned to cut off your breath when emotions became too intense to process. Layer by layer, year by year, you built a fortress of tension in your body, and your breath became trapped behind those walls. By the time you reached adulthood, you had forgotten how to breathe entirely. You survived on the bare minimum, using perhaps 20% of your lung capacity, triggering your nervous system into a constant state of low-level emergency. Your body interpreted your shallow breathing as a sign of danger, and it responded accordingly, flooding you with stress hormones, keeping you locked in fight or flight mode, never allowing you to fully relax, never permitting you to access the deeper states of consciousness where true healing occurs. And here is where the tragedy deepens, because you live in a culture that celebrates this dysfunction. A society that rewards your disconnection from your body, that profits from your separation from your vital energy, that depends on your continued state of energetic depletion. You have been conditioned to believe that exhaustion is normal, that anxiety is just part of modern life, that the constant mental chatter, the racing thoughts, the inability to be present in your own body is simply who you are. But these are not truths. These are symptoms of a profound disconnection from the one thing that could restore you to wholeness, Your breath, the breath that you ignore, carries the solution to almost every problem you face. The anxiety that keeps you awake at night. Your breath can dissolve it. The physical tension that creates chronic pain in your body. Your breath can release it. The mental fog that prevents you from thinking clearly. Your breath can clear it. The emotional numbness that keeps you from feeling fully alive. Your breath can awaken you, but you have been taught to seek solutions everywhere except within yourself. You have been trained to look for answers in pills and procedures, in distractions and diversions, in anything and everything except the simplest, most accessible tool you possess. Consider for a moment the extraordinary mechanism of your respiratory system. Every single breath you take involves the coordinated effort of multiple muscle groups, the expansion and contraction of millions of alveoli in your lungs, the exchange of gases at the cellular level throughout your entire body. Your breath literally reaches every single cell of your being, delivering oxygen and vital energy, removing waste and stagnation. Your lungs have a surface area of approximately 70 square meters when fully expanded. That's roughly the size of a tennis court, folded and compressed into your chest cavity. Yet most people use only a fraction of this capacity, breathing shallowly from their upper chest, never allowing their lungs to fully expand, never accessing the deeper reservoirs of energy that full breathing provides. When you breathe shallowly, you activate your sympathetic nervous system. This is the system responsible for your fight-or-flight response, the ancient survival mechanism that prepares your body to face immediate danger. It increases your heart rate, raises your blood pressure, floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline, shuts down your digestive system, suppresses your immune function, and narrows your focus to perceived threats. This response is perfect if you're being chased by a predator. It's disastrous if you're simply trying to live your life. And yet, through shallow breathing, you trigger this response constantly. Your body remains in a perpetual state of low-level stress, never fully relaxing, never entering the parasympathetic state where healing and regeneration occur. You wonder why you're exhausted, why you can't sleep, why your body aches, why your mind races. The answer is in your breath, or rather, in your lack of breath. When you learn to breathe fully, to breathe deeply, to breathe consciously, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system. This is the system responsible for rest, digestion, healing, and regeneration. It slows your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure, activates your immune system, improves your digestion, and allows your body to repair itself. This is not metaphysical speculation. This is measurable, verifiable physiology. Your breath directly controls your nervous system, and your nervous system controls nearly every function in your body. But the power of conscious breathing extends far beyond physiology. When you breathe consciously, you are doing something radical in the modern world. You are bringing your attention into your body. You are becoming present. You are interrupting the endless stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions that normally dominate your consciousness. Your mind thinks in the past and the future. Your body exists only in the present moment. When you breathe consciously, you unite mind and body. You become whole. You step out of time and into presence. This is why every meditation tradition, every contemplative practice, every system of self-development begins with the breath. Not because breath is symbolic or metaphorical, but because it is the most direct, accessible path to presence. You can try to control your thoughts, and you will fail. You can try to force your emotions, and you will create more suffering. But when you simply breathe, when you bring gentle awareness to the natural rhythm of your inhalation and exhalation, your mind settles, your emotions stabilize, and you access states of consciousness that thinking can never reach. The ancient yogis understood this. They developed pranayama, the science of breath control, mapping out in precise detail how different breathing patterns affect consciousness. They discovered that by consciously altering your breath, you could access states of awareness ranging from deep relaxation to heightened alertness, from emotional release to transcendent bliss. They understood that the breath is the remote control for your nervous system, the volume knob for your emotional intensity, the dimmer switch for your mental activity. In the Taoist tradition, masters spent lifetimes studying the circulation of qi through the breath. They mapped the energetic pathways in the body, understanding that breath doesn't just carry oxygen, but also carries vital energy that can be directed, cultivated, and refined. They developed practices that allowed them to store this energy in their lower abdomen, in the energetic center they called the dantian, building reserves of vitality that most people never access. The Sufis used breath in their dhikr practices, synchronizing breath with sacred phrases, entering trance states where the boundary between self and divine dissolved. The Christian mystics spoke of the Holy Spirit as the breath of God, understanding that each breath connects us to something infinitely greater than ourselves. Indigenous cultures around the world have maintained breathwork practices for thousands of years, using breath to induce healing states, to connect with ancestral wisdom, to travel in consciousness beyond the limitations of ordinary awareness. These are not primitive superstitions. These are sophisticated technologies of consciousness, developed through millennia of direct experimentation and observation. And modern science is finally beginning to validate what these ancient traditions have always known. Research on breathwork has exploded in recent decades. Studies have shown that conscious breathing practices can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression as effectively as medication. That breath-focused meditation can physically change the structure of your brain, increasing gray matter in areas associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. That specific breathing patterns can alkalize your blood, increase oxygen delivery to your cells, activate your lymphatic system, and even alter your gene expression. Wim Hof, the Dutch extreme athlete known as the Iceman, has demonstrated that through conscious breathing combined with cold exposure, humans can consciously influence their autonomic nervous system and immune response, things that were previously considered impossible. He has climbed Mount Everest in shorts, run a marathon in the Namibian desert without water, and sat in ice baths for hours, all through the power of conscious breathing. He has taught his method to thousands of people, and scientific studies have verified that his students can indeed consciously activate their immune systems and modulate their stress responses through breath control alone. This is not superhuman ability. This is simply what becomes possible when you reconnect with your natural capacity to breathe fully and consciously. Your breath is also intimately connected to your emotional state. Every emotion has a corresponding breathing pattern. When you're anxious, your breath becomes rapid and shallow. When you're angry, your breath becomes forceful and sharp. When you're depressed, your breath becomes weak and restricted. When you're relaxed and content, your breath becomes slow, deep, and rhythmic. Most people experience this relationship in only one direction. They feel an emotion, and their breath changes automatically. But the relationship works both ways. When you consciously change your breathing pattern, you change your emotional state. This is why when someone is panicking, the first instruction is always take a deep breath. It's not just a platitude. It's a direct intervention in the physiological process of panic. By consciously slowing and deepening the breath, you signal to your nervous system that the emergency is over, and your body begins to calm. But this principle extends far beyond panic attacks. Every emotional state you experience can be shifted through conscious breathing. You carry emotional tension in specific patterns in your body, and your restricted breathing helps maintain those patterns. When you begin to breathe fully into areas of your body where you hold tension, you begin to release the emotions stored there. This is why people often cry during breathwork sessions, not because they're sad, but because their body is finally releasing emotions that have been trapped for years, sometimes decades. The breath gives those emotions permission to move, to flow, to complete themselves and dissolve. Your breath is also the key to accessing your vital energy, what I call your sexual energy, in its broadest, most powerful sense. This is not about sexual activity. This is about the fundamental life force that animates your being, the creative power that flows through you, the magnetic vitality that others can feel in your presence. In most people, this energy is either completely blocked or randomly dissipated. It's blocked by tension, by fear, by shame, by all the conditioning that taught you to disconnect from your body and its natural power. And it's dissipated through constant mental activity, through scattered attention, through compulsive behaviors, through living perpetually in your head rather than in your body. Conscious breathing begins to change this. When you breathe fully, when you breathe deeply into your belly and pelvis, you begin to activate this vital energy. You feel it as warmth, as tingling, as a sense of aliveness spreading through your body. This is not imagination. This is the actual movement of energy that has been stagnant, finally beginning to circulate. The Taoist masters understood that this energy, when cultivated through breath and awareness, could be circulated up the spine and through the body in what they called the microcosmic orbit. This circulation of energy nourishes your organs, strengthens your nervous system, and builds tremendous reservoirs of vitality. The tantric traditions of India developed similar practices, understanding that sexual energy is the densest, most powerful form of life force available to humans. Rather than dissipating this energy through unconscious release, they developed methods to refine it, to transform it, to use it as fuel for spiritual awakening. And the foundation of all these practices is conscious breathing. When you breathe consciously, you create space in your body for this energy to move. You dissolve the tensions that block its flow. You develop the sensitivity to feel it, to direct it, to work with it intentionally. This is why people who develop a consistent breathing practice often report dramatic increases in their energy levels, in their mental clarity, in their emotional stability, in their sense of presence and aliveness. They're not gaining something new. They're simply removing the obstacles that prevented their natural vital energy from flowing freely. Your breath is also your direct connection to the present moment. The past exists only in your memory. The future exists only in your imagination. Your breath exists only now. You cannot breathe in the past. You cannot breathe in the future. Every breath is happening in this eternal present moment. This is why conscious breathing is so powerful as a meditation practice. When your attention is on your breath, you are automatically present. The endless mental chatter about what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow loses its grip. You drop into the body, into sensation, into the raw immediacy of being alive right now. And in this present moment, you discover something extraordinary. The problems that seemed so overwhelming when you were lost in thought begin to lose their power. The anxiety about the future dissolves when you realize the future doesn't exist. The regrets about the past release when you understand the past is gone. All that remains is this breath, this moment, this alive presence that you are. This is not escape. This is not denial. This is actually the only place from which you can effectively address any challenge in your life, because you cannot change the past and you cannot control the future. You can only act in the present moment. And conscious breathing brings you into that moment with clarity, with power, with full access to your resources. Modern life is designed to pull you out of the present moment constantly. Every notification, every advertisement, every piece of media is engineered to capture your attention and direct it away from your direct experience. You are being farmed for your attention, and the harvest is your vital energy, your presence, your aliveness. Conscious breathing is an act of rebellion against this system. It is a declaration that your attention belongs to you, that your energy is yours to direct, that your presence is not for sale. Every time you pause and take a conscious breath, you are reclaiming your power. You are stepping out of the machine of distraction and stepping into your own body, your own awareness, your own life. This might seem like a small thing, just breathing. How could something so simple be so powerful? But that's exactly the point. The most powerful things are always simple. Complexity is the tool of those who want to convince you that you need their expertise, their products, their solutions. Simplicity is the domain of truth. You don't need expensive equipment to breathe consciously. You don't need special training. You don't need to join a program or buy a course. Your body already knows how to breathe fully. You just need to give it permission. You just need to bring your awareness to it. You just need to practice. And the practice is remarkably simple. You simply breathe and you pay attention to the breath. That's it. But within this simplicity is contained everything you need to transform your relationship with your body, your mind, your emotions, your energy, your life. When you begin a conscious breathing practice, start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit comfortably or lie down if you prefer. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Begin to breathe deeply, allowing your belly to expand on the inhale, to contract on the exhale. Feel your hand rising and falling with your breath. Don't force anything. Don't strain. Just allow the breath to deepen naturally as you give it your attention. Breathe in through your nose if possible, allowing the air to flow all the way down into your lower belly. Pause briefly at the top of the inhale. Then exhale slowly through your nose or mouth, allowing your belly to draw in toward your spine. This is called diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing. It's the natural way you breathed as a child before tension and stress taught you to breathe shallowly from your chest. As you practice this simple technique, you may notice several things. You may notice how much tension you've been holding in your chest and shoulders. You may notice thoughts arising, trying to pull your attention away from the breath. You may notice emotions surfacing. You may notice areas of your body that feel numb or disconnected. All of this is normal. All of this is part of the process of waking up to your body, of becoming present to sensations and feelings that you've been unconsciously suppressing. Don't judge anything that arises. Don't try to fix it or change it. Just breathe into it. Just allow your breath to touch those places with gentle awareness. Your breath is infinitely patient. It doesn't force, it doesn't demand. It simply offers itself again and again, moment by moment. As you continue with this practice over days and weeks, you'll notice changes. Your baseline level of tension will decrease. You'll find it easier to remain calm in stressful situations. Your sleep will improve. Your digestion will improve. Your mental clarity will increase. You'll feel more connected to your body, more alive in your senses. These are not miracles. These are simply the natural results of giving your body what it has been craving. Full, deep, conscious breaths that nourish every cell, that activate your parasympathetic nervous system, that allow your vital energy to circulate freely. But there's more to conscious breathing than just belly breathing. There are dozens of different breathing techniques, each with specific effects on your nervous system and consciousness. Box breathing, also called square breathing, is a technique used by Navy SEALs to maintain calm and focus in high-stress situations. You breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, and repeat. This creates a balanced, stable state in your nervous system, perfect for moments when you need to access both alertness and calm. Alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Shodhana in the yogic tradition, involves closing one nostril and breathing through the other, then switching. This practice balances the left and right hemispheres of your brain, calms your nervous system, and prepares you for meditation. Breath of fire, or Kapalabhati, is a rapid, forceful breathing technique that energizes your body, clears your mind, and activates your vital energy. It's like drinking a shot of espresso, but without the caffeine crash. Extended exhale breathing, where you make your exhale twice as long as your inhale, is one of the most powerful techniques for activating your parasympathetic nervous system and inducing deep relaxation. If you struggle with insomnia or anxiety, this technique alone can transform your experience. Holotropic breathwork, developed by Stanislav Grof, uses rapid, deep breathing to induce non-ordinary states of consciousness where profound healing and insight can occur. This is advanced practice and should be done with proper guidance, but it demonstrates the extraordinary power of breath to alter consciousness. Each of these techniques is a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how and when you use it. The key is to experiment, to explore, to discover which breathing practices serve you in different situations and states. But regardless of which specific technique you're using, the fundamental principle remains the same. Conscious breathing brings you into your body, into the present moment, into contact with your vital energy. As you develop your breathing practice, you'll begin to notice something profound. Your breath is always available. No matter what's happening in your life, no matter what crisis you're facing, no matter how lost or confused or overwhelmed you feel, your breath is there, steady and reliable, offering you a path back to center. You can't always control your circumstances. You can't always control other people. You can't always control your thoughts or your emotions. But you can always come back to your breath. You can always take one conscious breath. And that one breath can change everything. This is the gift of conscious breathing. It gives you agency, it gives you power, not power over others, but power over yourself. The power to regulate your own nervous system, the power to shift your emotional state, the power to clear your mind, the power to access your vital energy. In a world that constantly tries to make you feel powerless, that profits from your sense of helplessness, that wants you to believe you need external solutions to internal problems, conscious breathing is a revolutionary act. It says, I am not helpless. I have everything I need. My power is within me, and this is absolutely true. The power to heal yourself, to energize yourself, to calm yourself, to awaken yourself is literally as close as your next breath. You have been carrying the solution with you your entire life. You just forgot to use it. Middle section. Practical guidance. Now, let us move from understanding to practice. Because knowledge without application is merely entertainment. You can understand everything I've shared with you conceptually, and it will change nothing in your life unless you actually breathe. So, let's establish a foundation. Let's create a practical framework that you can implement immediately, tonight, and continue building upon in the days and weeks ahead. First, we need to address the obstacles. Why don't people breathe consciously, even when they know it would benefit them? The answer is simple. They forget. You live most of your life on autopilot, and conscious breathing requires you to wake up, to pay attention, to actively choose presence over distraction. So the first practical step is to create reminders. Set an alarm on your phone to go off 3 times a day. When it rings, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stop and take 3 conscious breaths. That's it. Just 3 full deep breaths where you pay attention to the sensation of air moving in and out of your body. 3 breaths 3 times a day. This is not overwhelming. This is not time-consuming. This is 9 breaths total, maybe 90 seconds of your entire day. But these 9 conscious breaths will begin to interrupt your autopilot pattern. They will create small moments of presence scattered throughout your day. And from these small moments, larger changes will grow. Second, establish a morning breathing practice. Before you check your phone, before you get out of bed, while you're still in that liminal space between sleep and waking, spend 5 minutes breathing consciously. Lie on your back with your hands on your belly. Begin to breathe deeply, feeling your belly rise and fall. Don't rush, don't force. Just breathe, slowly and fully, for 5 minutes. This practice sets the tone for your entire day. Instead of immediately flooding your nervous system with the stress of emails and news and demands, you begin by nourishing yourself. You start from a place of presence rather than reaction. If 5 minutes feels too long at first, start with 3 minutes, or even 1 minute. The key is consistency, not duration. It's better to breathe consciously for 1 minute every single morning than to do an hour-long practice once a month. Build the habit first. Extend the duration naturally as the practice becomes part of your routine. Third, use your breath as an anchor throughout the day. Whenever you notice stress arising, whenever you feel your mind racing, whenever tension begins to build in your body, pause and take one conscious breath. Just one. A full inhale through your nose, filling your belly, expanding your chest, lifting your shoulders slightly at the top. Then a complete exhale, letting everything go, releasing all the air, drawing your belly in toward your spine. One breath can shift your entire state. It interrupts the stress response. It brings you back to your body. It creates a moment of choice where you can respond consciously rather than react automatically. Make this your default response to stress. Not reaching for your phone, not seeking distraction, not trying to think your way out of the feeling. Just breathe. One conscious breath. Reset, then proceed. Fourth, establish an evening breathing practice. Before sleep, after you've turned off all screens and settled into bed, spend 10 minutes in conscious breathing. This practice prepares your nervous system for deep, restorative sleep. It helps you release the accumulated tension of the day. It shifts you out of mental activity and into body awareness, which is essential for falling asleep naturally. Use the extended exhale technique for this evening practice. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Pause briefly. Then exhale slowly through your nose or mouth for a count of 8. The long exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system and signals to your body that it's safe to rest. Continue this pattern for 10 minutes or until you feel yourself naturally drifting towards sleep. Many people fall asleep during this practice, which is perfectly fine. Your conscious breathing has done its work, preparing your body and mind for regenerative rest. These 4 practices, the 3 breath breaks, morning breathing, stress response breathing, and evening breathing, create a framework that integrates conscious breathing throughout your day. You're not adding hours of practice to an already busy schedule. You're inserting small moments of presence that accumulate into profound change. Now let's go deeper into specific techniques you can explore once you've established this foundation. Box breathing for mental clarity. When you need to focus, when you have an important task requiring full concentration, use box breathing to prepare your mind. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Begin by exhaling completely. Now inhale through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your belly expands, your chest rises, you're filling your lungs completely but without strain. Hold the breath in for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't clench or tense. Simply pause with your lungs full. Exhale through your nose or mouth for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release all the air. Let your belly draw in. Empty your lungs completely. Hold the breath out for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest in this emptiness, this pause between breaths. Then repeat. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Continue this pattern for 5 to 10 minutes. As you practice, you may notice your count naturally wanting to extend. If 4 counts feels comfortable, Try 5, then 6. Find your natural rhythm. This practice creates remarkable mental clarity because it demands your full attention. You cannot think about other things while counting your breath and maintaining the timing. Your mind becomes focused, present, sharp. Use box breathing before meetings, before creative work, before any task requiring your full mental capacity. 3 to 5 minutes of this practice will prepare your mind far more effectively than caffeine or any external stimulant. Alternate nostril breathing for balance. When you feel emotionally turbulent, when your energy feels scattered or chaotic, alternate nostril breathing brings you back to center. Sit comfortably and raise your right hand to your face. You'll use your thumb to close your right nostril and your ring finger to close your left nostril. Your index and middle fingers can rest on your forehead or fold into your palm, whichever is comfortable. Close your right nostril with your thumb and exhale completely through your left nostril. Inhale slowly through your left nostril for a count of 4. Close your left nostril with your ring finger, release your thumb from your right nostril, and exhale through your right nostril for a count of 4. Inhale through your right nostril for 4 counts. Close your right nostril, release your left nostril, exhale through your left for 4 counts. This completes one full cycle. Inhale left, exhale right, exhale left. Continue for 5 to 10 minutes, maintaining a smooth, steady rhythm. Don't force the breath, let it flow naturally within the counted pace. This practice balances the left and right hemispheres of your brain, harmonizes your masculine and feminine energies, and brings your entire system into coherence. It's particularly powerful when practiced in the late afternoon, during the natural energy dip most people experience. You can also practice this before meditation, as it prepares your mind for stillness and creates the balanced, receptive state where deeper awareness becomes accessible. Breath of fire for vitality. When your energy is low, when you feel sluggish or foggy, breath of fire rapidly activates your system and brings you fully alive. Sit with a straight spine. Place your hands on your knees or in your lap. Focus your attention on your navel area. Begin to breathe rapidly through your nose, emphasizing the exhale. Your inhale happens passively as your belly releases, but your exhale is active and forceful, driven by quickly pulling your navel in toward your spine. The rhythm is quick, about 2 to 3 breaths per second. Your belly pumps in and out, your chest remains relatively still, and the breathing sounds like a steam engine. Start with 30 seconds to 1 minute if you're new to this practice. As you build capacity, you can extend to 3 or even 5 minutes. You may feel tingling, warmth, lightheadedness, or energy moving through your body. This is normal. If you feel too lightheaded, slow down or stop and return to normal breathing. After completing breath of fire, sit quietly for a few minutes and observe the effects. You'll likely notice increased alertness, mental clarity, and a palpable sense of energy moving through your body. This practice is powerful in the morning to energize your day, or anytime you need to shift from lethargy to vitality. It's not recommended before sleep, as it's highly activating. Extended exhale for deep relaxation. When anxiety grips you, when your nervous system is in overdrive, when you cannot quiet your mind, the extended exhale is your most powerful tool. You can practice this sitting or lying down. If you're struggling with insomnia, practice it in bed. Begin by breathing naturally for a few breaths, just observing without changing anything. Then start to gently extend your exhale, making it longer than your inhale. A simple ratio to start with is breathing in for 4 counts and out for 8 counts. Inhale through your nose, filling your belly and chest for a slow count of 4. Exhale through your nose or mouth, releasing completely for a slow count of 8. The long exhale directly activates your vagus nerve, which triggers your parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's rest and digest mode, the state where healing happens, where your heart rate slows, where your mind can finally settle. Continue this practice for 10 to 15 minutes, or until you feel a significant shift in your state. For sleep, continue until you naturally drift off. You can adjust the ratio to what feels comfortable for you. Some people prefer 4 in, 6 out. Others can comfortably do 4 in, 10 out. The principle remains the same. Make your exhale significantly longer than your inhale. This is perhaps the single most effective breathing technique for managing anxiety and stress. It works when nothing else does, because it directly intervenes in your autonomic nervous system, shifting you out of the stress response and into safety. Coherent breathing for nervous system regulation. This technique, also called resonance breathing, has been shown in research to optimize heart rate variability, which is a key marker of nervous system health and resilience. The practice is elegantly simple. Breathe at a rate of approximately 5 breaths per minute. This means each full breath cycle, inhale and exhale, takes about 12 seconds. A comfortable pattern is to inhale for 5 or 6 seconds and exhale for 5 or 6 seconds, creating a smooth, balanced rhythm. You can use a timer app or simply count. The exact count matters less than the overall rhythm of slowing your breathing to this therapeutic range. Breathe through your nose if possible, allowing the breath to be smooth and continuous, without pauses between inhale and exhale. Practice this for 10 to 20 minutes daily. It's an excellent practice for building nervous system resilience over time. Unlike techniques designed for immediate state changes, coherent breathing works cumulatively, strengthening your stress response systems through consistent practice. Many people find this the perfect practice for a morning or evening routine because it's gentle, requires no special preparation, and leaves you feeling calm yet alert. Under the full yogic breath. This technique teaches you to use your entire lung capacity, breathing in 3 stages that fill your lungs from bottom to top. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Place one hand on your belly and one on your chest. Begin by exhaling completely, emptying your lungs. Stage 1. Inhale into your belly, feeling it expand outward. Your lower hand rises while your upper hand remains relatively still. This is about 1/3 of the full breath. Stage 2. Continue inhaling, allowing your rib cage to expand outward and your chest to rise. Your upper hand now rises as well. This is the second third of the breath. Stage 3. Complete the inhale by drawing the breath all the way up to your collarbones, feeling a slight lift in your upper chest and shoulders. This final third completely fills your lungs. Now exhale in reverse, releasing from the top down. Let your upper chest relax, then your rib cage, then draw your belly in to expel the last of the air. This 3-part breath uses your full lung capacity. Most people breathe only in stage 2 and 3, chest breathing that never engages the diaphragm fully. By consciously including all 3 stages, you activate your entire respiratory system. Practice this breath slowly, taking 10 to 15 seconds for the full inhale and exhale. Do 5 to 10 rounds, then return to natural breathing and observe how you feel. This practice is excellent for developing breath awareness and expanding your capacity. It's not meant for continuous use throughout the day, but rather as a practice to teach your body what full breathing feels like, so you can gradually incorporate more complete breaths into your normal pattern. 2. Breath awareness for meditation. The simplest and perhaps most profound breathing practice is simply watching your breath without trying to change it. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Bring your attention to the sensation of breathing. You might focus on the feeling of air moving through your nostrils, or the rise and fall of your belly, or the expansion and contraction of your chest. Choose one location and keep your attention there. Don't try to breathe deeply or slowly or in any particular pattern. Just observe whatever breath is happening naturally. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently return your attention to the breath. No judgment, no frustration, just a gentle return, again and again. This practice develops concentration and mindfulness. It shows you directly how rarely you are actually present, how constantly your mind is pulled into thought, and it gives you a method for training your attention, for building the muscle of presence. Start with 5 minutes and gradually extend to 20 or 30 minutes as your capacity grows. This practice is the foundation of most meditation traditions because it's in this simple observation of breath that the mind begins to settle and deeper awareness can emerge. Breathing to activate vital energy. Now we come to the practice that directly works with your vital energy, your sexual energy in its broadest sense. Lie down on your back in a comfortable position. You want to be warm and undisturbed for this practice, as it can generate powerful sensations and emotions. Begin breathing deeply into your belly, establishing a rhythm that's faster and fuller than your normal breath, but not forced or strained. Imagine you're breathing into your pelvis, into your lower abdomen, into your root. As you breathe, begin to engage your pelvic floor muscles gently on the inhale, drawing energy up from your root toward your navel. Then release on the exhale. Continue this pattern, breathing fully, engaging your pelvic floor, maintaining steady rhythm. After a few minutes, you may begin to feel warmth, tingling, or waves of energy moving through your body. Don't control these sensations. Don't try to direct them or intensify them. Simply continue breathing and allow whatever wants to happen. Your body knows how to move this energy. Your only job is to breathe and get out of the way. You may experience emotional releases. You may cry or laugh or shake. You may feel waves of pleasure. You may encounter resistance or numbness. All of this is your body processing and releasing stored tension and trapped energy. Continue for 20 to 30 minutes, then gradually slow your breathing back to normal. Rest quietly for several minutes afterward, allowing integration. This practice is powerful and should be approached with respect. It can bring up intense material from your unconscious. It can activate energy that's been dormant for years. If you have a history of trauma, consider working with a trained breathwork facilitator when exploring this type of practice. The purpose of this breathing is not to have a particular experience, but to reconnect with your vital energy, to dissolve the blocks that prevent its free flow, and to learn how to work with this fundamental life force consciously. Creating your breathing practice routine. With all these techniques available, how do you create a sustainable practice? The answer is to start simple and build gradually. For the first month, focus only on establishing the basic framework. Morning breathing, 3 breath breaks during the day, and evening breathing. Use simple belly breathing for all of these. Don't worry about advanced techniques yet. Your goal is to make conscious breathing a habit, something you do automatically, something that becomes woven into the fabric of your daily life. After a month of consistent daily practice, begin to explore the different techniques. Try each one for a week, learning how it feels, noticing its effects, discovering when it's most useful for you. Don't try to do everything. Choose 2 or 3 techniques that resonate with you and incorporate them into your routine. Maybe you do coherent breathing every morning, box breathing before focused work, and extended exhale before sleep. Let your practice be fluid and responsive to your needs. Some days you'll need energizing breath. Other days you'll need calming breath. Trust yourself to know what you need. And remember, the best breathing practice is the one you actually do. Better to breathe consciously for 5 minutes every day than to have elaborate plans for hour-long practices that you never implement. Breathing in daily life. Beyond formal practice, you can bring breath awareness into every activity of your life. When you're walking, synchronize your breath with your steps. Inhale for 4 steps, exhale for 4 steps, or find whatever rhythm feels natural. This turns every walk into a moving meditation. When you're eating, take 3 conscious breaths before your meal. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and improves digestion. It also creates a moment of gratitude and presence before you eat. When you're in conversation, notice your breath. Most people hold their breath when listening or speaking about emotional topics. By breathing consciously during difficult conversations, you remain more centered, more present, more able to respond wisely rather than react defensively. When you're working, set a timer to remind you to breathe. Every hour, pause for 60 seconds of conscious breathing. This prevents the accumulation of tension, maintains mental clarity, and sustains your energy throughout the day. When you're exercising, pay attention to your breath. Proper breathing enhances performance, prevents injury, and turns physical activity into a practice of presence rather than just mechanical movement. Breathing consciously becomes a way of life, not just a practice you do separately from everything else. Every moment becomes an opportunity to return to your breath, to return to your body, to return to presence. Overcoming obstacles. You will encounter obstacles in your breathing practice. Everyone does. Let's address the most common ones. Obstacle 1: forgetting to practice. Solution: build environmental triggers. Put a sticky note on your bathroom mirror that says, "Breathe." Set phone alarms. Link breathing to existing habits. Every time you sit down at your desk, take 3 conscious breaths. Every time you start your car, breathe before you drive. Make forgetting harder by creating multiple reminders in your environment. Obstacle 2: feeling uncomfortable sensations. When you begin breathing consciously, you may feel tingling, lightheadedness, emotional waves, or physical discomfort. This is normal. You're beginning to feel your body after years of numbness. Solution: start gently. Don't force deep breathing. If sensations become too intense, return to normal breathing and try again later with less intensity. Your nervous system needs time to adjust to fuller breathing and increased energy flow. If you consistently experience difficult reactions, consider working with a breathwork practitioner who can guide you through the process safely. Obstacle 3: mental resistance. Your mind will tell you that you don't have time, that this is silly, that it's not working, that you should quit. This is normal resistance to change. Solution: commit to a minimum viable practice. Even if your mind is screaming resistance, you can still take 3 conscious breaths. You can still spend 2 minutes breathing in the morning. Make your practice so small that resistance can't stop it. Obstacle 4: lack of immediate results. You might practice for a week and think nothing is happening. You want dramatic transformation immediately. Solution: trust the process. The most profound changes from breathing practice are cumulative and subtle. You're rewiring your nervous system, releasing patterns held for decades. This takes time. Keep a simple journal noting how you feel before and after practice. Over weeks, you'll see patterns. You'll notice you're sleeping better, handling stress more calmly, feeling more energy. The changes are there. You just need to pay attention. Obstacle 5: boredom. Sitting and breathing can seem boring compared to the constant stimulation of modern life. Solution: recognize that boredom is your addiction to stimulation crying out. Your nervous system has become dependent on constant input. Breathing practice teaches you to be present with simplicity, to find depth in what seems mundane. The boredom will pass. Underneath it is something far more interesting: direct contact with your own aliveness. Working with emotions through breath. As you deepen your breathing practice, you will encounter emotions. This is not a side effect. This is part of the healing process. Your body stores emotional experiences, especially those you couldn't fully process when they occurred. Tension in your chest might hold old grief. Tightness in your belly might contain suppressed fear. Restriction in your throat might carry unexpressed anger. When you breathe into these areas, you give those emotions permission to complete themselves, to move, to release. If sadness arises while breathing, let yourself cry. If anger surfaces, allow the energy to move through you in ways that don't harm yourself or others. If fear comes up, breathe into it rather than running from it. Your breath creates a container of safety for these emotions. You're not thinking about the emotions or analyzing them. You're simply feeling them fully while continuing to breathe. This is how emotions complete themselves and dissolve. Many people spend years in talk therapy trying to understand their emotions intellectually. Breathwork offers a different path. Feel the emotion fully in your body, breathe into it, and let it pass through. Understanding may come, but it's not required for healing. Trust your body's wisdom. It knows what needs to be released and when. Your job is simply to breathe and allow. Breathing and physical healing. Conscious breathing also supports physical healing in remarkable ways. When you breathe fully, you increase oxygen delivery to every cell in your body. You stimulate your lymphatic system, which has no pump of its own and depends on movement and breathing to circulate. You alkalize your blood, creating an internal environment less hospitable to disease. Deep breathing massages your internal organs, improving digestion, supporting detoxification, enhancing immune function. If you're dealing with chronic pain, breathing into the painful areas can provide relief. Not by forcing or controlling, but by bringing gentle awareness and breath to places that have been cut off from consciousness. If you're recovering from illness or injury, a consistent breathing practice accelerates healing by optimizing your body's regenerative processes. This doesn't replace medical care, but it enhances whatever treatment you're receiving. Your doctor provides external intervention, your breath provides internal support. Breathing and relationships. Your breath affects not only your internal state, but also how you relate to others. When you're breathing shallowly, you're in stress mode, perceiving threat even when none exists. This makes you defensive, reactive, unable to truly listen or connect. When you're breathing consciously, you're present. You can actually hear what someone is saying rather than just planning your response. You can feel into their emotional state. You can respond from wisdom rather than fear. Before difficult conversations, spend a few minutes in conscious breathing. This prepares you to engage from your centered self rather than your reactive patterns. During conversations, notice when you start holding your breath. This is a sign you've gone into defense mode. Return to breathing and watch how the entire dynamic shifts. Conscious breathing is an act of love, both for yourself and for those you interact with. It's the foundation of authentic presence, and authentic presence is the foundation of genuine connection. Breathing and creativity. Your creative energy and your vital energy are intimately connected. When your breath is full and free, your creativity flows. When your breath is restricted, your creativity is blocked. Before any creative work, writing, painting, music, problem solving, spend time in conscious breathing. This clears mental clutter, opens you to inspiration, connects you to the source of creative energy within you. Many artists and writers describe getting their best ideas while in meditative or relaxed states. This is because creativity doesn't come from the thinking mind. It comes from deeper levels of consciousness that become accessible when you quiet the mental chatter through practices like conscious breathing. Make breathing part of your creative ritual. It signals to your unconscious that you're ready to receive, ready to channel, ready to create. Breathing and spiritual development. Every spiritual tradition recognizes breath as the bridge between the material and spiritual dimensions of existence. When you breathe consciously, you're not just managing your nervous system or improving your health. You're engaging with the fundamental mystery of life itself. What is this breath that animates you? Where does it come from? What intelligence coordinates the billions of cellular processes that occur with each breath without any conscious effort from you? To sit with your breath, to observe it deeply, is to encounter questions that thinking cannot answer, and in that space beyond thought, something else can emerge. Call it consciousness, presence, spirit, God, the universe. The word doesn't matter. What matters is the direct experience of something larger than your small self, something that breathes you, something that has always been breathing you, something you have been unconsciously resisting through your shallow breathing and constant distraction. Full breathing is an act of surrender. You stop trying to control life and instead allow life to move through you. You stop resisting the natural rhythm of existence and instead align with it. This is why breath is central to meditation, to prayer, to every practice aimed at spiritual awakening. Because breath is the most direct path to presence, and presence is the doorway to everything else. The science and the mystery. I've shared the science of breathing, the physiology, the nervous system effects, the measurable benefits. This is important. Your rational mind needs this information to trust the practice. But there is also mystery. There are experiences in deep breathwork that science cannot fully explain. States of consciousness where your sense of separate self dissolves. Experiences of energy that seem to transcend the physical body. Moments of profound knowing that come from somewhere beyond your thinking mind. Don't get stuck in either extreme. Don't dismiss the practice as merely mechanical breathing exercises, but also don't get lost in mystical concepts that disconnect you from your direct experience. The truth is in the middle. Your breath is both a physical process that you can understand scientifically and a mystery that connects you to something infinite. Breathe with your whole being. Honor both the science and the mystery. Let your practice be grounded in the body while remaining open to whatever wants to reveal itself. Integration and embodiment. As you develop your breathing practice over weeks and months, you'll notice something important. The practice is changing you at a fundamental level. You're not just doing breathing exercises, you're rewiring your nervous system, you're releasing stored trauma, you're reconnecting with your vital energy, you're remembering how to be present in your own body. This is deep work and it requires integration. After powerful breathwork sessions, give yourself time to rest, to reflect, to allow the shifts to stabilize. Journal about your experiences, not analyzing or interpreting, but simply recording what you notice. How do you feel? What sensations arose? What emotions moved? What insights emerged? Be patient with yourself. Change at this level doesn't happen overnight. You're undoing patterns built over decades. You're learning to inhabit your body in a completely new way. Some days will feel like breakthrough. Other days will feel like nothing is happening. Both are necessary parts of the process. Trust the rhythm of your own unfolding. Breathing as a lifelong practice. Unlike many skills you learn and then move past, conscious breathing is a practice you can deepen for your entire life. There is no end point, no moment when you've mastered breathing and can stop practicing. Your breath is with you until your last moment. It is the one constant companion of your entire existence. As you continue practicing, you'll discover subtleties you never noticed before. The way breath moves through different areas of your body, the energetic quality of different breathing patterns, the relationship between breath and thought, breath and emotion, breath and presence. You'll develop sensitivity to your breath that allows you to use it with increasing skill. You'll know instinctively which breathing pattern will serve you in any given moment. This sensitivity, this embodied wisdom, comes only through consistent practice over time. There are no shortcuts, but there's also no rush. Each breath you take is perfect exactly as it is. Teaching others. As you experience the benefits of conscious breathing, you may want to share this with others. Do so carefully. Not everyone is ready for this practice. Some people are too disconnected from their bodies to begin with breathing. Others are in such fragile emotional states that breathwork could overwhelm them. Offer what you've learned gently as a possibility, not as prescription. Share your own experience rather than telling others what they should do. If people are interested, teach them the simplest practices first. Help them establish basic breath awareness before introducing more advanced techniques. And always emphasize, this is a personal practice. What works for you may not work for someone else. Each person must discover their own relationship with their breath. The ultimate goal. What is the ultimate goal of conscious breathing? It's not to breathe perfectly. It's not to achieve some special state. It's not to become a master of complex techniques. The ultimate goal is naturalness. It's to restore the full, free, unconscious breathing you had as a child, but now with the consciousness of an adult. It's to breathe fully and naturally in all circumstances, not because you're forcing yourself to, but because your body has remembered how. Because the tensions that restricted your breath have dissolved, because your nervous system has learned that it's safe to be fully alive. When this happens, you don't need breathing practices anymore. Your breath takes care of itself, always appropriate to the moment, always serving your highest good. But for most people, this complete restoration takes time. So we practice. We bring conscious awareness to what should be unconscious. We manually activate what should be automatic. Not forever, but for as long as necessary to undo the damage and restore natural function. And in the meantime, we receive all the benefits: better health, more energy, emotional balance, mental clarity, spiritual opening. A final practice. As these words come to an end, as you prepare to drift into sleep, let's complete this journey together with one final practice. Lie comfortably, releasing any effort or tension in your body. Place your hands on your belly if you wish, or simply rest them at your sides. Begin to breathe slowly and deeply, not forcing, just allowing your breath to deepen naturally. Inhale and feel your belly rise. Feel the air filling your lungs. Feel the life force entering your body. This breath is a gift. You did nothing to earn it. It is simply given again and again, unconditionally. Exhale and feel your belly fall. Feel the air leaving your lungs. Feel the release of everything you no longer need. This breath takes away your tension, your worry, your pain. You need only let it go. Continue breathing slowly, deeply, naturally, each inhale bringing life, each exhale releasing death, each breath a complete cycle of receiving and releasing, of opening and closing, of expansion and contraction. This is the rhythm of existence itself. The universe breathes you. You are being breathed by something far greater than your small self. You are held, supported, sustained by an intelligence that beats your heart, that grows your cells, that orchestrates the miraculous complexity of your being without any conscious effort from you. Trust this intelligence. Trust this breath. Trust this body that has carried you faithfully through every moment of your life. As you breathe, feel yourself relaxing more deeply, your muscles softening, your mind settling, your entire being coming to rest. You are safe. You are held. You are exactly where you need to be. Let your breathing become even slower, even deeper. Let each exhale take you deeper into relaxation, deeper into peace, deeper into the vast stillness that underlies all experience. You need not do anything. You need not be anything. You need only breathe and let yourself be breathed. In this moment, everything is perfect. Everything is complete. You lack nothing. You are whole. Breathe into this wholeness. Breathe into this perfection. Breathe into this eternal present moment where nothing is missing and nothing is wrong. Your breath is the key to this state, not through effort, but through surrender. Not through doing, but through allowing. Each breath is a small death and a small rebirth. You release who you were with the exhale. You become new with the inhale. Over and over, dying and being reborn, moment by moment, breath by breath. This is the great secret that your breath teaches you. You are not a fixed, solid thing. You are a flowing, dynamic process. You are change itself, and in this constant change, there is profound peace, because there is nothing to hold on to, nothing to protect, nothing to preserve. Just breath, moving through you, moving as you, moving you into ever-deepening presence. Let yourself dissolve into the breath now. Let the boundaries between you and your breath become unclear. You are not breathing, you are breath itself. You are this aliveness, this vitality, this fundamental pulse of existence. Rest in this, sink into this. Let your consciousness merge with the vast consciousness that breathes all things into being. You are home. You have always been home. You just forgot. Your breath is your reminder. Your breath is your teacher. Your breath is your path back to the truth of what you are. Breathe and remember. Breathe and know. Breathe and be. As you drift now towards sleep, your unconscious mind will continue to absorb these truths. Your body will continue to integrate these teachings. Your breath will continue to guide you, even in sleep, even in dreams, always bringing you back to presence, always reconnecting you with your vital energy, always restoring you to wholeness. Trust your breath, trust your body, trust the intelligence that moves through you. You are deeply loved. You are infinitely supported. You are exactly as you should be. Let yourself rest now in the arms of your own breath, cradled by the rhythm of life itself, held in the vast, tender awareness that has never left you and will never leave you. Breathe and let go. Breathe and surrender. Breathe and come home. This is your practice. This is your path. This is your power. The most powerful tool you've been ignoring is with you always, as close as your next breath. Use it well. Use it often. Use it to reclaim your energy, your presence, your life. Your breath is waiting. It has always been waiting. Patiently, faithfully, unconditionally. Return to it now. Return to yourself. Return to the infinite source of vitality that lives within you. Breathe. Just breathe. And in that breathing, discover everything you've been seeking. Everything you need is already here, in this body, in this moment, in this breath. Welcome home.